Brought to you by Bell Bakers, Scotland's favourite for generations.
Aspen Solutions, the official business partner of Xerox copiers, services and equipment in the UK.
Brought to you by Atlas Winch and Hoist Services Limited, heavy lifting and pulling solutions.
This afternoon we're at Braidholm for the Scottish Hydro Premier 2 clash between GHA and Biggar. Last week GHA went down in their opener against Kelso, and it's so important for them to get their campaign into winning mode with a home result this afternoon. But Biggar, well, they had a cracking result at home at Hartreemill last week against Dunfermline, 28 points to 15. A win on the road would do them no harm at all, and only 2 minutes into the game. Big drive by Biggar on the GHA line. Flanker Grant Owens spotting the ball, coming out of the side there, rips it out, dives over. Try in 2 minutes. What a way to celebrate your birthday for the big flanker. 10 minutes gone and GHA putting on a wee bit of pressure. Ball back to Chris McKean. Not his best kick, but hardly surprising in the driving rain. GHA giving the ball plenty of air, working it out there. Ball comes to Rory Watson. Watson going on the outside, thrown into touch. But just as he went into touch judge spotted an offence. And penalty on the 22. Jim Noonan, no problem with that one to get GHA on the board. 5 points to 3 Biggar after 10 minutes. But only a minute later, and the visitors struck back. Number 8, Jason Kelly, holding it up there. David Reeve out to Sam Muir. Wee shimmy, almost through, throws off the first tackle and the second one. And that gap puts Chris McKean, the fullback, in for Biggar's second try. Tell you what, in these conditions, that was pretty slick handling by Biggar. Not the easiest kick in the world, but up stepped Doug Notman, and bang, over it went. 12 points to 3 after 12 minutes. GHA definitely not out of it though. Back inside the Biggar 22. Free kick from that line out, taken quickly by David Mackay, and committing the Biggar defence. Laying it back pretty quickly. Andy Gilman looking for it. Finds Jim Noonan. Noonan dropped back into the pocket. Pops over the drop goal, sweet as a nut. Biggar got another penalty on the board from Doug Notman, and looking to extend that score, and believe me, the next score is going to be crucial. Biggar over the halfway line. Thumping run there by Kevin Anderson and his front row buddy Mike Rutherford, bashing through a couple of tackles, but the GHA defence pretty well organised. Wee switch move there, ball out to Simeon James, out to winger Scott Watson, but held up by the GHA defence. No panic there. The ball back to Andrew Gilman. Now that wee kick downfield looked as though it was going nowhere, but just watch this. Look at the pace of Gilman. That is astonishing, and believe me, behind that gentleman's head, I can assure you that Gilman scored the most remarkable try. Look at that. It's taken his teammates that long to catch up with him to say well done. What a score by the wee scrum half. Only 4 points in it as half-time approaching. But Biggar looking to extend that lead going into the break. Another big drive, just like they had in the first couple of minutes. And GHA defending it quite well, but Biggar keeping the drive going pretty solid. Kevin Anderson in there along with Alan Warnock. And finally the man over the line, up with the ball. Yep. Prop Scott Cameron with a big smile on his face to take the score at half-time to GHA 11, Biggar 20.
Scrum Magazine. Subscribe online at scrummagazine.com.
Brought to you by Bell Bakers, Scotland's favourite for generations.
Aspen Solutions, the official business partner of Xerox copiers, services and equipment in the UK.
Brought to you by Atlas Winch and Hoist Services Limited. Heavy lifting and pulling solutions.
Into the second half, and Biggar, knowing that another score would just about stretch them out of sight. They got it, drive over the line again, and who came up with it? Yep, 2-try Owen, birthday boy, and he's the man who clinches the bonus point. A 14-point gap was a big one for GHA to make up, but with 26 minutes gone of the second half, it got worse. Number 8, Jason Kelly, setting it up for David Reeve to put Scott Cameron on another thundering bust up to the GHA 22. David Reeve, the link man. Doug Notman popping it up there to Colin Arthur. Arthur to about 10 metres short of the line. And again, the ball whipped out. And lovely pass from Simeon Jameson, putting Bob Aiken in for try number 5. That was a cracker. No wonder his teammates are happy for the big winger. 70 minutes gone and the GHA pack under a lot of pressure. Andrew Gilman got that one going backwards. He's snagged David Mackay in support, but the pressure from Biggar quite relentless and forcing the penalty for holding on. Taken quickly by Sam Muir, and just watch this. I tell you what, as the conditions got worse, the handling got better. Sam Muir, Doug Notman, Bob Aiken in the line, pops it up to Chris McKean, going for the line, beautiful offload, and Simeon James in at the corner. What a try to finish off. Finish off for Biggar, that is, because GHA, well, they still had one shot left in their locker. Straight from the kick-off, right into Biggar's faces, won the restart ball. And ready to give the ball some air again. Out to Noonan. And Ross McClement, lovely wee break there. And on his outside, Rory Watson, scorching in at the corner for a consolation try. But that was it, 35-16. Biggar ran the clock down and left Braidholm with a valuable bonus point.
Very pleased with the result. Difficult conditions, difficult day. And to come here and get 5 points in a bonus, very happy. The boys stuck to their pattern and the game plan for most. But like I said, very happy to come here and get maximum points, because I know from personal experience it's a difficult place to come. GHA, notoriously tough side, especially at home. But we had a game plan today. We've had a hard season last season, and we're building, and the key now for us is just to keep building, take each game as it comes.
Anthony Posa happy there, and no surprise, because 2 wins out of 2. Biggar will be happy with that. GHA, they've got it all to do. No wins on the board yet in Scottish Hydro Premier 2, but there's a long way to go. This is Ron Evans for Scottish Rugby Television at Braidholm.
Brought to you by Bell Bakers, Scotland's favourite for generations.
Aspen Solutions, the official business partner of Xerox copiers, services and equipment in the UK.
Brought to you by Atlas Winch and Hoist Services Limited. Heavy lifting and pulling solutions.